Hi folks, it's the last week of November and after quite a long time away from Padnall Lake I am back because today is the official handing back of the lake to the community. So let's have a look, see how it's looking, shall we? I said official handing back of the lake to the community because for a year now it's been almost entirely off limits to the public while major revamping and restoration works were taking place in connection with the new housing development being built to the east of the lake. Check out my access granted video and subsequent updates in my Padnall Lake playlist for more about this. So the day of the official handover had arrived. Gazebos had been erected, music, face painting and a children's entertainer organised and handouts printed. Meanwhile, I'd made a point of arriving early to get some footage in the bag before the place got too busy. I was keen to survey the results of several months of upheaval. So, where to start? Well, the lake has been deepened by 2 feet or so by dredging and the banks shored up with rock-filled metal cages or gobions. The existing waterside shrubs and other vegetation were cleared, new shrubs planted and the marginal strip behind the gobions has been laid with mats of wild plants. Apparently the sloping banks have been or will be sown to create species-rich native grasslands. Here's some info from the printed handout provided on the day. Here we can see where the marginal planting appears to have already become established, but in some places, such as here, it has clearly failed to take. The unusually hot, dry summer we had this year is being cited as the reason for this, and I was assured by Paul Hart from Murphy Construction that the intention is to replant in the spring. The western end of the lake is currently looking like this. Wildflower mix has been sown on the sloping bank under the silver birch trees there. And the intention is for water lilies to be added to the lake. So, what of the eastern end? Well, the island at the end of the lake has, in my opinion, been far too heavily ravaged. A couple of good-sized trees have been felled and all of the well-established shrubbery removed. A modest pile of dead wood has been placed at the eastern end of the island and a small area of shrubs planted at the western end. The long central stretch of the island appears pretty bare. I don't know whether anything has been sown there or if there are any further plans for that section of the island, but it does just look rather sad at the moment. So what was the wildfowl situation at the lake on the day? Well, there were about a dozen mallard of varying degrees of impurity, genetically speaking, a couple of coots, and I did also spot a couple of moorhens but didn't get them on camera. No swans and only one goose. a Canada goose which appears to be exhibiting a deformity known as angel wing. There's some debate over what causes this, but some studies suggest that a diet too rich in carbohydrates and proteins can be a factor, which in turn suggests that they should not be given loads of bread. So chucking whole slices of the stuff in the water is not a good idea. Bad for the water quality too. Away from the water, on the north side, this impressive fall of crab apples caught my eye. But so then did the absence of any fruit trees on the south side. There had been the remnants of an old orchard there, but all I could find was this stump. I was told this tree had had to be felled because it was diseased, hollow and dangerous. According to the information board on the dipping platform, more of which in a moment, the plan is that orchards will be reintroduced throughout the park as part of the history of the site, as Padnall Hall used to sit to the north of the site and had an extensive orchard across this area. New planting includes apple, pear and plum trees. Well, let's hope so, eh? And here's that dipping platform I mentioned. It's situated on the south side of the lake, and it's the only place where you can get close to the water's edge. In calling it a dipping platform, I don't think they mean that it's a place to go if you fancy taking a dip on a hot summer's day. I think the idea is that it's where you take part in supervised pond dipping activities. It's also a handy spot for a ribbon cutting ceremony. The chap wielding the scissors is Councillor Darren Rodwell, the leader of Barking and Dagenham Council, and with him were local councillors Simon Perry and Michael Pongo, and local Mayor Councillor Farouk Chowdhury. In summary then, the naturalist in me can't help but feel that the lake and its surroundings are looking and feeling somewhat sterile at the moment, but the optimist in me is confident that nature will recover and reassert its hold on the place over the next few seasons. My intention is to return periodically to document this, so expect more videos from here in the future. But that's all from me and Padnall Lake for the time being, and I'll finish with my usual sign-off. Stay safe, stay sane, stay curious, and keep enjoying the wonders of nature wherever you are.